So where do you receive donations, and is the local community supportive of the organization?
I would say 95% of our donations come from the community. Um, the only reason why I would say that the Mary Brennan Inn is still here is because of our community. Um, Churches, schools, organizations, delis, hotels, um, they all provide either monetary donation, volunteers, or even food to make sure that our guests that come in that they can eat. Um, Long Island Harvest, they rescue lots of food from other places, and they come here with the food.
What donations seem to be most critical?
Clothing and food. Those are the two. You have a lot of people who don't want the food, who don't need the food, but they need clothing because they have uh, 2 or 3 children that they need to, clothe to go to school. A lot of people are attracted to the soup kitchen, to this soup kitchen, because of our clothing. And then when they come here, then they find out, oh, I could sit down and eat as well. So it's not the fact that it's always food that everybody that our guests are in need of. It's clothing. So the two would be food and clothing, because we still have to feed first, others than just clothe people.
About what percent of your guests are homeless, and if not homeless, what kind of housing situations are they in?
I would say that physically, a lot of the percentage of guests would have to be at least 45%. I would say 45%. A lot of our guests also are in shelters, men's shelters, and also families with children shelters, and also battered women shelters. Okay, and then after that, you have homes that hold anywhere between 20 to 30 people. A lot of these houses are basically being filled by DSS, and DSS is basically where a lot of people have to go to get housed. Also, we have a lot of our guests that come here and they're living in rooms, they're living in hotels, they're living in trucks, in cars, in alleys. There's a guest that comes here every day, and because of her mental state, she does not want to live anywhere where it confines her because of her past. She's more in the streets every day. She lives at Eisenhower Park in a tent. So that's where she lives, and she is content with that, basically because of her mental state. But we do have different issues with different people in terms of their housing situations, especially with seniors. We have a lot of seniors that come to us, and they're telling us stories on how they're being abused. We have lots of seniors that come to us and say that where they're living at, they're not being fed. They're hitting on them. They're physically abusing them, mentally abusing them. So depending on the person, it's a different situation for everyone.
Do you think that the conditions of the area will worsen or improve in the future? And if so, how will this affect the guests that you serve?
Well, because the economy right now, I can tell you last year, well, when I started here, which is about 5 years ago, we were doing 150 people. Okay? We were feeding 150 people. That was 5 years ago. Now we're doing 450 a day. So right now, because of how the economy has gone, do I think it's going to worsen? For what I've seen, it's been worse, and it's getting worse. Hopefully, because of all the changes and stuff in terms of government and everything like that, it gets better. But I will tell you this: as long as the community continues to help their local food pantries, soup kitchens around them. Not just us, but any soup kitchen that's around you, or any other soup kitchen around where you live, or pantry. Just by donating time or monetary donation or just food, that would be a great help.
Do you see Hempstead as being a typical suburban area?
Well, that's a good question. If you drive around, the next town over is Garden City. When people say homelessness on Long Island, people don't see homelessness on Long Island because it's hidden well. It's hidden very well. It's hidden in certain towns, certain places that you won't even know where it can be. Garden City is just a couple of blocks away, and when you step over, it's like a line, even down to the road. As soon as you step from Hempstead into Garden City, the concrete changes, the sidewalks changes. You see trees going down. You see more lights, and it's basically off of one road. Hempstead, I would say, is certain parts of Hempstead are very poor, and it's difficult. It's real difficult because you can get real emotional working here, because you can see the difference in when you go into each community. And when I say about a couple of blocks away, Garden City is just a couple of blocks. I can walk to Garden City where we're located, and just to see how this community looks like, and then Hempstead looks like, it's just to me it's not fair. But you just don't know where I would say homelessness is. You just don't know. You just don't know.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Jean Victor. It's been an awesome interview. You've provided us with so much information about the surrounding area and typical suburbs and such. So we thank you so much.
Thank you.